In 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddies. 'Tis I, Marty.
'Tis I, Sarah.
And this is not Facebook.
This is YouTube.
YouTube live. It's Saturday night. We're locked in our house due to the coronavirus, and we decided to go live on here and just see what's up. Say what's up.
If you can hear us right, if anything's weird with the stream,
yeah,
we got that chat open.
We're not YouTubers. We're trying. We're dipping our little toes in the YouTube rivers. So let us know if anything sounds weird or this thing that we have the computer on. Obviously, you can't see it. It's just our cat tower. So if Peter or DJ decide that they want to try to jump on here, you might see it like shake like this or something. Just so you know, that's what's happening.
The world isn't coming to an end.
The world is not coming to an end.
We just have 2 giant cats.
So let us know. We're going to be checking out some questions and stuff like that, but also just chatting with everybody.
Well, we have a show. We have Puddies. We have, I don't know. Oh, we have the snacks.
Yes.
We
have snacks. We have some Puddies will be stopping by. We're going to just be telling you stuff that we're doing to keep ourselves busy through the shutdown period where everybody's just kind of hanging out. Hopefully everybody on here is doing A-okay. So far, I saw somebody say it sounds good. Thank you, Jesse. Sounds good. Okay, very good. We sound great.
Thank you so much.
It would not be a normal episode of Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling without our world famous theme song.
Let's get to it.
Written and performed by the one and only Sarah Joy Shockey. Sarah, if you could please, the theme song.
Ooh, time to get in the ring. Our favorite thing. Marty and Sarah love wrestling.
All right. Thank you very much. Normally that's when I would say, hey, buddies. But here we are in our tiny little apartment in Chicago. It's as big as you see right here. Maybe we'll show you guys some stuff from around the apartment.
The bedroom, it's not fixed.
I took a real hard nap in the bedroom. Let me know if you've been napping. If your napping has gone up or down, let me know. My napping has gone up a little bit. It says your hair looks so luxurious. I'm assuming
whose?
Maybe mine, maybe Sarah's. Who knows? No, it's Sarah's. Sarah's hair does look luxurious. I became a trucker. I've always been a trucker at heart. So let's talk about a couple things. First of all, if you have any major wrestling questions you want to talk about, let us know. We have been watching a whole lot of stuff. We've been watching the usuals, WWE, NXT, AEW. I've been watching a buttload of Global Wrestling Federation from the early to mid 90s and ESPN. Do you see me watching that? That's the one where
it got so sad.
It gets sad. Yeah, it gets sad.
I put on my headphones because I didn't want any more sad today.
No. Global is the one I watch where the 2 guys.
Oh, I like Global.
Yeah.
I was talking about the documentary.
Oh, yeah. And let me know if you watched episode 1 of season 2 of Dark Side of the Ring. I watched the first part of the Benoit episode. It was heavy duty. Sarah wanted no part of it. I asked Sarah if I could put it on. She said, no.
I said, you're going to bring that energy here when we're all stuck?
Yes. Also, Jacqueline asked if I've seen any of the Jeff Cat stuff. I started watching a lot of it when it first came out. And some of these videos had like 10 views or something. I watched a lot of the Wrestling Revolution Project, which is what Colt was in, where he's Punchline. I showed you the match with Punchline. I laid off that because I think that me and Colt might watch some of those and do like a $5 commentary sort of thing. Had to pump the brakes on those. Also, the new $5 Wrestling Victory Road Trip is up, and it is fantastic. You could see Raider Rock, Wrestle Ranger, Freight Train, the World Champ Jeff Hart, and a whole lot more. Jake took them on the road from North Carolina to Indiana. Mr. Thunderbolt, you could see these guys out of their normal element, which is the wrestling ring, and you could see them out in the real world, and it's wild. Seeing Jeff Hart in a hotel, it is awesome. They fight about who snores the most. There's some heavy snorers. I think we've got a lot of guys with sleep apnea on the $5 wrestling roster. If anybody knows anybody who has access to a sleep apnea machine, let me know. What else, Sarah?
Here's what's exciting is you can see all those wrestlers on high spots on $5 Wrestling, but here tonight in this chat, you can see the one and only Wheeler Yuta.
Oh, wow.
Napping up huge these days, according to the chat. Thanks for being here.
Very good, Wheeler. I watched some of your old matches, and I watched you commentate on Sup Graps last night. So wonderful job.
Maria's here. I'm wearing the necklace that Maria gave me. Look at
putting
these.
your boobs in the camera?
I'm wearing the necklace that
Sarah!
Maria gave me.
Sarah!
I want to get those views up. Everybody's bored. They could use a little
Unbelievable.
cleavage.
Also, every once in a while, we get wonderful wrestling merch from people.
Yes, Josh, it is White Claw.
Yes, mango White Claw. My favorite of all the White Claws, although I've got a whole bunch of different flavors in the fridge of White Claw. Now, every once in a while, we get our hands on wrestling merch that's not allowed in the apartment because it creeps Sarah out. I was given a Chris Benoit autograph photo. I had to give that away. That was given to Black Label Pros Mikey Blanton for a Christmas present.
I didn't want it in the house.
Sarah felt like it haunted the house. Now, I'm going to show everybody out there something, and we are going to, we'll have some kind of contest to see who will get this bad boy. This is one of my favorite lines of wrestling memorabilia, and let's just show you this guy right here. I don't know if you people have ever seen these. These are porcelain dolls. They made The Rock, Stone Cold, China, and this bad boy right here, Kurt Angle.
Olympic gold.
Not anatomically, no nips at all. If we're gonna figure out a contest, this guy needs a new home. He is haunting us every night when we sleep. If you have
a sob story about how you have the full set of these porcelain terrifying dolls and you need this, email us, Marty and Sarah, lovewrestling@gmail.com. Subject line, Kurt Angle.
Yeah, we need a photo of China, The Rock, and Stone Cold on your counter, and we can let this guy come in there.
We do want to get him out of the house because every time I go in the closet, he's there waving his flag.
Yes. Also, we've got some stuff going on Patreon. Here comes DJ, trying to get her claws going. So on Patreon,
for those of you who missed it, we have stationed the cat tree beneath us as our laptop setup. So that's raising the stakes, so to speak, in the writing world.
Sarah, tell them some of the stuff that's up. Oh, that's not good. So, yikes. That was DJ, who is now going to get put away for a little while, I think.
Put her in the bedroom.
Sarah, tell them what's going on Patreon.
Over on patreon.com, we've got interviews. I have 2 or 3 interviews that are scheduled to be recorded. I have interviews in the pipeline that are being edited. I have all... Can you hand me Peter? I think everyone would like to see Peter. And our first guest of the night is Screamin' Pete. You've heard him on the podcast. Well, now get ready for YouTube, Peter. If you have questions for Peter, we will ask them as long as he's not biting, which he'll start biting pretty soon.
So did you talk about how we saw Roadhouse for the first time ever last night?
Last night, and it was incredible, and we podcasted immediately after watching it, and look at Screaming Pete won't even scream for everybody.
No, he's being chill right now.
No, he's not being chill. He wants to leave.
But we won't get into the whole thing, obviously. If you want to check out Sarah's full thoughts on an American classic, Roadhouse. Sarah, what did you think of Roadhouse?
I was thoroughly entertained by Roadhouse.
Okay.
There was not a moment where I was bored watching Roadhouse.
Not at all.
Did I have a lot of thoughts, both good and bad? Yes. Did we talk about them?
Yeah.
On our Patreon?
Yes. Wrestling fans, I had a...
Peter's big.
He is a very big boy. I had an epiphany. Wade Garrett, the Sam Elliott's character in there, who this girl, when she saw him, was like, wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wee, wah, I said.
His name is Wade Garrett. Wade Barrett, did he get his name from Wade Garrett?
And did Dalton Castle get his name from Dalton?
John Dalton. So anyway, Sarah liked that. We do a whole hour-plus episode about Roadhouse over at the Patreon, $5 and up. And, yeah.
Noli wants to know if Pete eats anything. Hello, Noli.
Hey,
Welcome
Noli.
To the stream.
Noli of the Noli Rumble, famous wrestling booker. You name him, he's booked him. Mm-hmm. Noli, this guy doesn't like people food. He just likes his one food,
which is the Nature Balance split pea and duck formula, because chicken gives him diarrhea.
Yeah, he turns into a diarrhea factory, Noli, if he has that.
All right, thanks, Peter.
All right, there goes Peter. So
he might be screaming later. Don't lose hope. Oh, did I show off my athleisure wear that I can't stop wearing now that we've been quarantined?
Since the quarantine, Sarah has only wore athleisure wear.
Here's the fun game. A fun game is, because I work from home, I have a lot of Zoom meetings. A fun game is business on the top, athleisure on the bottom. How can you do it in fun, different ways?
Yes.
Do I?
No, yeah, you look great. You always wear a fun athleisure wear.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing a thing.
Hot pink tank top.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody out there has. Someone asked if this is going to be a regular Saturday thing. Until shows start again, sure, we'll be doing a lot of these.
Also, shouldn't you guys be 6 feet apart to practice social distancing? We live together at a 630 square foot apartment.
Yeah.
We sleep in the same bed. Yeah. We can't escape each other. If one of us gets it, the other one's going down.
We do other stuff.
As
they say in Roadhouse, we go nipple to nipple sometimes.
Nip to nip.
So yeah. But thank you.
Thank you for you should be practicing social distance. I think there's a different situation when you're in the house with your family.
It sounds like Peter's going to start screaming. If you're like
screams of brewing
me and you have nothing to do during this time right now, I'm essentially shut down. I could write jokes and stuff, but I mean, as far as work goes, I normally go on auditions during the day or have shows at night and kind of get prepared for that. So I don't have much to do during the day. I shower and I dress every day.
And you wear the same nice clothes that you always wear.
Well,
normally I have to put on actually acceptable clothes to wear to work. But during this time, I'm really taking advantage of where can I push it with my athleisure wear.
If you have a favorite athleisure brand that you want to tell Sarah about, please let her know.
And everyone here should know, maybe I've told this before.
Tell them the story.
I was saying Lululemon for 10 years until somebody let me know that it's pronounced Lululemon, just normal. Yeah. And I had, at your friend John's wedding, I had a 25-minute conversation with a woman who works there. And I think I said Lululemon about 30 times. And nobody had my back until about 3 weeks later.
Did she finally tell you?
She didn't. No, somebody at work did.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Grace at work did.
Also, I'm doing intermittent fasting, which is interesting. And shout out to Maria for sending me fancy tea from England. I drink tea.
Should I show them my necklace again?
No. Yeah. Show them your necklace again.
This is my necklace from Maria.
All right.
And that's kind of what Marty's butt cheeks look like.
All right. So, So I'm drinking tea. I eat from 2 to 10. There's Peter screaming. I eat from 2 to 10. But my problem is, and I don't know if anybody else has done intermittent fasting, Marty and Sarah love wrestling at gmail.com. If you want to let me know your stories, I eat a bunch at 2. And then I get so full I have to take a nap, and it hurts. So I feel like my stomach is shrinking.
Okay, let's do a moment of silence so that we can really listen to Screamin' Pete. We never give him the time on the podcast. Pete, the floor is yours.
I think we need to ignore him, and then he'll scream more.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
Unbelievable. Pete, you suck, and I love you.
Is everybody excited for WrestleMania? I'm very curious. 2 nights. My sources tell me they're filming stuff as we speak. They're filming stuff tonight. My sources tell me, so it should be pretty interesting. I thought the AEW show this week was chef's kiss. I thought the NXT recap show was awesome. As far as just doing a show without wrestling.
Brandon said that Screamin' Pete is doing the MJF in the audience impression, which couldn't be more true.
Yeah, he's definitely doing. So he's going to climb up on the wall now.
And you know what he's doing? He's patting a photo of my late grandfather in his war uniform and screaming into it.
Yeah.
As Marty says, those two probably fought in some war together.
Probably. Also, this is my most recent purchase. Will this come up reverse on the screen? Is this going to be backwards?
You know, who's to say?
I bought the D&D starter set. I've always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I bought the starter set. I've been talking to some people. I bought the set challenge social distancing match. Wheeler Yuta. It was wonderful as always. I thought that those 2 shows were very cool, very fun. The Sub Grap show was great. It's a real bummer that Freelance didn't get to their show. AEW, we were trying to put a show together. AEW, we're trying to put a show together. And it's a bummer that some people can, some people can't. For the people putting on shows, that's awesome. For the people who can't, donate to those wrestlers, buy a t-shirt. I know I saw those WrestleMania, I wasn't there shirts that are about $28. The wrestlers will probably receive 0 of that money. So head over to prowrestlingtees.com and buy a t-shirt that one of your favorite wrestlers or wrestling personalities or podcasters put up, and they will get a whole big old chunk of that money. Also, Pro Wrestling Tees is taking a little city sanctioned time off. So give them a little time to get those shirts. I saw D&D. If you want to play D&D online, give me a hell yeah. Oh, give me a yell. Okay. David Smith. Yeah. I got to learn this. I'm watching a lot. I watch Acquisitions Incorporated the most. I watch them more than anything. They're my favorite. There's a new Dungeon Master now. I like the old one. This is probably like you knew this like 2 years ago. I got very used to the bald guy. He's awesome. I watched the D&D documentary on Amazon Prime, and it was fantastic. And I'm going to try to learn how to play this. And, for the right price, I'll come to your D&D game and I'll play with you.
For the right price?
Just kidding. Also, at some point, we're going to do – let me not hide addresses. At some point, we're going to do some
about this.
Food tasting. Sarah, take it away.
Val sent us some treats
Who's
from
Val?
Japan.
Tell me who Val is.
Val is the creator of Daryl Apparel. If you have a Daryl, if you're thinking about getting a Daryl, a Takahashi special cat, so to speak, she will make gear for your stuffed cat, for your human body, and she is on Twitter at Daryl Apparel, I believe, and then it's Val Baru is the display.
I feel
name.
like
She's awesome. I think we should just get into these.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really Tom Arnold in this. When he used to do interviews with Roseanne, he would rock back and forth and like lunge into the camera.
You're Zaz.
I want to bring it to the people. All right, I'm going to read some comments here real quick.
Okay.
Do you need scissors to open those or anything?
No, I think we're doing great.
Hey, Kevin, been getting baked watching $5 wrestling on High Spots. That's the best way to spend money.
I thought this was a snack, and it's not a snack.
Okay.
So this is a Go Ace Hiroshi Tanahashi bracelet.
Cool. Oh wow, that's real cool.
Yeah, that's real cool. Thanks.
I guess that's yours. Cool. I didn't know. All right. What
and
else do we got here?
Also in here we have a really sweet BFF I Love You card. Contents protected.
Yes.
Like the business. But what I'm really excited to try are the Calbee Jagabes.
These look like French fries.
These look like stale French fries in a bag.
Hey, all those D&D tips everybody's giving me right now, please either message or Twitter at Marty Sarah Pod or Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling at gmail.com. Let me know. Kyle's parents, Kyle's mom will not let him play D&D until he's a little older. No, she's cool with it, right? Is Kyle's mom okay with him playing Dungeons and Dragons?
He hasn't learned how yet.
He hasn't learned how yet. Okay. Now, these look like, you know how you have McDonald's and you eat it in your car and then a fry drops down in between your seat and then you're cleaning out your car and you find it and it's real hard. Here we go. Salty. Ooh, baby, these are salty. I like these. Give me that if you don't like it.
It tastes like fish.
No way.
Mine tastes like fish.
These taste like those veggie sticks. Veggie straws, but way saltier and way more fun.
For those asking, Marty is rolling White Claws in the Yeti.
Yes.
This is how we do.
Mango Claw in the Yeti. Mango Claw in the Yeti with big ice cubes. That's the only way to do it.
All right. We have some little Yim Yams. Would you like the Mitsuya cider, Marty, or the grape, presumably gummy taffy type?
I'll go with this one here.
All right, and I'm gonna go with the Mitsuya cider.
That's the packaging right there.
And this is Roadhouse is the most insane best movie ever. I can't wait. Ryan, I'm inclined to agree with you.
All right. Yours is like just a hard candy?
It's like a hard candy. It looks like a Mento, but it feels like a Dum Dum.
Mine looks just like a High Chew, which I love. Tastes just like a High Chew. A little harder.
Mine fizzes. Mine has like a Pop Rocks sensation. I think this is a good one.
Very chewy.
Nathan and Marty must have bought each other Yetis. Yeah, that was their Christmas exchange.
It was.
This is real fizzy. How fun is that?
Speaking of Nathan, a whole lot of buddies are going to be coming by in just a little bit to say, what's up?
At home, if presumably we're all ordering out maybe slightly less.
You've been making a lot of different grilled cheeses.
Pasta Primavera.
Oh yeah, we've been eating a buttload of pasta primavera. Oh, verbal. It was like, hey, try the Corona Refresca. I thought you were being like silly, but I forgot that Corona is a booze company. I've never had those.
We gotta support them in this time.
Yeah, we should.
They didn't do anything
I
wrong.
had the Bud Light seltzers. I like White Claw better. Why do you think I like? Why did you say I like White Claw better?
Because you can taste the alcohol more. As someone who's always trying to get around tasting the alcohol.
Sarah likes the PBR coffee drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was our last snack. Well, there's one more of the. Oh, you know what?
We each have we can do the opposite one.
You got a grape cider,
right.
and I have a mysterious empty candy that's just a silver.
Mitsuya cider. All right, here we go. Let's try this here. If Unky Rick is not self-quarantined. He's actually here. So
Hey, don't be like jerks and be like, oh, those don't look like the real them.
Yeah.
This is just YouTube. The quality is that our guests who come on, unless they're Peter, look like they have to not move their mouths at all. Fizzy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got another mysterious white hard candy. Hello to Martin Jem from the UK. Hope you two and your sweet little dog are doing good.
Oh, is that Martin who made my figure?
Yes.
Let me go grab it.
He's going to go get it. Josh, you were absolutely right about the PBR coffees. Before we went into shelter in place yesterday, I tried to buy a sixer of those PBR coffees, which is about the only alcohol I like. They don't have them across the street at my favorite corner store. So I'm just, rolling with the punches. I have a very smooth candy right now that tastes like coconut. It tastes like a sunscreen.
All right. Thank you very much. So Mark from the UK, he made this for me. This is based off of a Galoob WCW Arn Anderson figure. Back when I didn't have this beautiful head of hair.
Look at these ringlets. He's getting ringies.
So this is the figure he made for me, wearing my gear from Pancakes and Pile Drivers, where myself and Colt Boom Boom Cabana wrestled Session Moth Martina and Joey Ryan. Beautiful. Look at that. The tattoos.
The tattoos are spot on. The elbow pad. The colors are all right. The beard. I mean, that's exactly how you look that.
Hey, Mart, I'm just saying, with this hair, Tom Zink figure. That's the new one.
Then you need to do a new match.
Don't make me wrestle again. Okay. I'm just saying a Tom Zink figure would be absolutely perfect. I have tried, Philip asked if I've tried Broken Skull IPA. I'm not a huge IPA guy.
We had those glasses.
We had those glasses for a while. I like trashy beers, Miller, High Life, just any light beers are kind of my favorite thing. Sarah, I love you, but those fried snacks don't taste like fish. Oh, Val disagrees.
Val, the provider of the snacks.
I agree, Val.
Val, I got a messed up little mouth, and I can't. Pepper's too spicy for me. I'm doing my best. My taste buds are all out of whack. I'm going to let Marty have the Jaggabees, but thank you for them.
I'm going to finish this later. I keep talking.
Oh, I'm finishing mine right now.
I feel like I can't talk and be the proper podcaster I should be. We have a Nintendo Switch. If anybody,
his double shifts at the Frustration Factory, because I don't know, it seems like games are supposed to be fun.
They're supposed to be fun, but Sarah comes in the room and says something to me, and then something happens in my game, and I go, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. It's my fault."
So yeah, but if you have any suggestions for the Nintendo Switch, where's that paper? Let us know.
No, Marty's not trying for a Brian Pillman Jr. mullet, right?
No, this isn't a mullet. This is it's
just kind of pushed.
It's all one length, baby. It's all one length. So yeah. So
he's trying for Jericho the other night on AEW when he had
when I saw Jericho's long hair, you could see hearts coming out of my eyes. I went, I
the emoji.
Want that. And Sarah went, oh no. Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. That's your next move, I said.
All right. So here we go. Martin is like this with the figure thought. That Mark, I gotta tell you, that Tom Zink Galoob figure was one of my absolute favorites. What I did to my Tom Zink figure, because he's wearing white boots and white trunks, I used white electric tape and gave him knee pads and I called him, what was his name? I changed everybody's name. He was Sweet Stan Ice.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he was in all white. He was in all white.
Sweet Stan Ice.
Yeah. So, well, now that you say
for
it.
a Sweet Stan Ice.
So that was my guy, and he was a big old champ. And I forgot what him and Barry Windham were like the outsiders of my WWF Galoob. Hasbro.
I thought it was cool on that new documentary how they said that they just decided to change their name to the WWE after
WWF the Ruthless Aggression.
I keep wanting to call it Relentless Aggression.
Yeah, Ruthless Aggression. Where Michael the wonderful Michael Rappaport is the narrator, and he said that Vince just wanted to change the name one day. Noli, Eric, and I play Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I'm not a Super Smash Brothers guy. I don't know how to play it.
Get his butt
I don't know how to play it.
But
all right.
Well, hey, look at me. All we have is time.
I guess. All right. With all that out of the way, it's almost 30 minutes in. We haven't had a guest on. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know him. You love him. He is a 17, some say 18-time world heavyweight champion, depending on who you are. He is an absolute legend. Everybody makes a noise for Unky Ric.
Hey! Oh, look at how you can just...
Marty and Sarah.
Yeah, that's perfect. Stay right there, both of you. Hey, Unky Ric. Nice glasses. Hey. I haven't seen you in a little while.
Sarah, let me see the necklace again.
Look at just down. Hey, unbelievable. As I'm talking to Unky Ric, please feel free to drop in comments to him.
Little on the woos on there.
Hey, you're kind of blocking Marty, but also I feel like Marty's peeking out behind you.
Well, you know what? I can only do so much. La woos. There's a lot of woos.
Woo!
Did you see the song?
Hey, so let's say this now. All of the putties that are here are streaming through these like sort of poster board things. Yeah. We're practicing safe social distancing. Yeah. You're in your home. Yeah, I'm here, but you're kind of here too. It's a Star Wars technology.
Yeah.
Peter just literally bumped Marty's White Claw over. It didn't spill very much because we caught it pretty quick. Hey, Unky Ric's having a sip. Can Unky Ric, I have a question for you.
Yeah,
could you please say elevated liver enzymes?
Elevated liver enzymes.
And then follow-up request, Mark Wright would like you to cut a promo on him.
Mark Wright, you've been running around shooting your mouth off, saying you're better than the Ninja Boy. You know as well as I, there's only one Ninja Boy around Lily, and my shoes cost more than Little House.
Very good, Unky Ric. Thank you so much for being here. What have you been doing to keep yourself busy at home? Watching old Charlotte clips and whatnot?
I'm losing my mind, Sarah.
Yeah.
I'm wheeling and dealing. What I do is I take a shower every morning, and then I'm naked and I put on an old robe and I just strut around.
You look even older.
I'm the cameraman, like Dusty Rhodes. I like it.
Oh, man.
Anybody else need anything out there?
Yeah, Ryan wants you to know that Arcady loves your daughter, Charlotte. And I know you love her, too.
She's my baby girl, and I love her so much.
Yeah? How proud of her are you?
I'm so proud. And when she beat Rhea Ripley, because I was already there. We did it yesterday. I wasn't supposed to say that.
Protect the biz.
Mean Gene. Anyway.
Any words of wisdom and hope toward the buddies? Peter's fine.
I want to say, all the buddies out there, I got so many matches on the WWE Network you can watch. Take a whole afternoon and watch me and Steamboat. We did 3 big matches. You can watch them all. You can watch me and Terry Funk. You can watch old episodes of Worldwide and me and Ricky Morton doing our thing. You can watch the Horsemen do the War Games. You can watch it all on the WWE Network. Peter. Oh, I'm so proud of Peter. I'm so proud of you, Peter. You're so big. I'm so proud of you. All right, everybody. It's good to see everybody. Don't tell anybody I told you that Charlotte beat Rhea Ripley. Just kidding. I don't know. But anyway, stay safe, social distancing, and remember, that ain't the boy. in the best ever. Woo!
Wow. Because they are trying to face the hard cam. This is the hard cam.
Yes.
And they're projecting themselves through these poster board guys.
Did you hear the Drew McIntyre, on the FCW documentary? That's another good documentary on the WWE Network, the FCW documentary. Drew McIntyre was talking about how he was so new that they put him on SmackDown right away, and the ref was like, "Hey, look to the hard cam," and he's like, "I don't know what you mean.
I wish I knew.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know.
I don't know what you mean." So that was pretty good.
Did you want to ask Peter anything? If he'll be good from the rest of the stream?
Do you promise to be good? This is what Peter likes when I put my fingers in his ears and I rub his eardrums.
Use some good lotion on your hand.
Yeah.
Social distance, not for me and you.
So that's what Pete likes. Or these little pads right here.
Yeah.
He likes those worked. Anyway, that was great of Unky Rick to come by and say what's up.
So great of him to come by.
When we were in Florida, we were at Full
Virtually.
Sail. When we were at Full Sail for NXT, it was so funny. We were talking to some people, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Everybody move out of the way." First of all, they yell at the fans way too much there in Florida, I think.
Yeah, they really like keep it going.
Yeah.
Like this and that.
So all of a sudden, we were talking to JJ Williams and his crew there. All of a sudden, they part the crowd like the Red Sea, and Nature Boy Ric Flair comes in an SUV, and it's just so cool even seeing him like that. And then before the show started, if you just listen to the podcast, this was the most well-behaved Ric Flair I've ever seen. He was in and out in 2 minutes.
2 minutes
fantastic.
or less. Yeah, he didn't soak it in.
Yeah.
I'd like to welcome all the way from the mysterious mansions of the suburbs, streaming from her home, but physically kind of here through the poster putty.
Uh-oh.
Helen!
Oh, boy. Oh, shit. Helen, did you see Uncle Rick on the way out?
Oh, absolutely. We always have a bit of a catch-up.
I am telling you.
A nice thing that we do together.
He wanted to be Ramblin' Ricky Rhodes.
Oh, absolutely not. First of all, I told him that roads are going to be well-traveled, if you know what I mean.
For sure.
Spelled with an H.
Yeah.
And I said, why not do something a little bit? And I tossed him, and I says, you know what? That's not a bad look. Why don't you keep it?
Okay.
And he was so excited. He went, woo! And I went, well, that's a good one as well.
Well, thank you. Now the WWE is going to be doing WrestleMania
pump it up.
From the Performance Center and from some undisclosed locations.
Poor posture on my part.
Yes, and some undisclosed locations. Did you give Vince any ideas as far as how to do sort of this empty Arena Mania?
He hasn't been asking me for ideas since about 1998.
Yeah. You know what I've noticed with Vince, and I don't know if you've noticed the same thing. When business is down, he'll do interviews and stuff. But when it's up, he's like, I got no time for you guys.
Well, and he's also, traveling rivers and lakes he isn't used to at the moment.
Are you quoting TLC?
I don't know. Am I?
Yeah, that's a TLC song.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, Helen.
I might be quoting a different piece of media.
Great question. From Graham B. What advice did Helen give Sammy Guevara?
Oh, Sammy. I said, look at you. He came into my bedroom uninvited, and I said, look at you. I said, you've got such a shit-eating grin on your face. Everybody's going to hate you.
Yeah.
So be a good boy backstage. You'll figure it out.
Okay.
And then I also said, make sure to keep that hair high and tight when the time is right. And you know what? The time is right. He's doing wonderfully. I'm proud of that young man.
Yeah, I love it.
Excellently.
Oh, okay.
Some of them aren't.
Are the high flyers more like...
They're more versatile, yes. They ask less of me, which at this point in my career, I appreciate.
You call them spinners.
I call them spinners.
Yeah.
Which is really, you should see it. And I wish you could, but there's no reason that any of you ever will. But they can really just... up and around and all over town, and everybody knows I like to get down.
Oh, here's a fun P1 moment. Helen has been the subject of many many P1 moments. Somebody thought you were Helen Mirren on a show, Mirren, and one of our buddies here, Verbal Souza, just said, I thought that it was Helen. I thought Helen was Helen Hart, Brett's mom.
Oh, that's really wonderful. That's really nice to be confused with such wonderful women that have really made it.
Yes, and our buddy Kevin Kellum says that Helen looks like Ric Flair.
Oh, well, Kevin, so do you in some ways.
Yeah. I guess. One of the things, and we watched Roadhouse last night, and Terry Funk, who was fantastic in Roadhouse. Do yourself a favor, watch the end of Roadhouse when Patrick Swayze, aka Dalton, is going to Brad Wesley's house to have the final battle. They make Terry Funk run so much, and his knees are.
He can't take it.
He can't take it. He's dying running. It's wild. But he said that one time that Ric Flair looked like Barbara Bush, who I think Helen has. You look like a sexy Barbara Bush.
We're all 1 degree of separation from each other.
Yeah.
And that's the only place we should be. Everyone, I hope we are tucked away at home, following the rules and waters in your hands.
Yeah.
I've dismissed all my staff. I'm taking care of things myself.
Well, there you go.
But I'm paying them triple.
Triple?
Yes, I can afford it. Why not?
Wow.
If you can afford it, pay everyone triple. Thank you for watching my sweet, wonderful prototypes come up through the world.
All right. Well, there goes Helen. Welcome back, Sarah.
I took a nap. I took a little nap.
You took a nap? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about him earlier, and a nap sounded so ding-dang-delicious.
Funky, Rick. What did you think of Terry Funk in Roadhouse? A quick little, just a snippet.
I felt sorry for him that he got fired the first night and was hoping he would be on the good guys team.
Yeah, no, he's not on the good guy team. He was buffing that too.
If you love Roadhouse, I know Katon Volk does. Yes. I hope I said that right. You can subscribe to our Patreon this month. Within the next week, we will have a full Roadhouse conversation review. Marty did research. I had never seen it before. Our Patreon is really popping off, and some of it is because we need to make content to keep ourselves entertained, but a lot of it is that we want to keep you entertained while you have less options for entertainment.
Yes. So, and the next Marty's Movie Corner is going to be transferred over to Sarah. It's going to be
Sarah's Movie Nook.
Sarah's Movie Nook, and we will be watching
Emma, which is a brand new release, but we're going to pay $20 for it and watch it here. So it's got to be worth it. We got to at least make back that $20 on our Patreon.
Yes. We've already made that. It'll be fine. Yes, Terry Funk wasn't over the top, I believe.
Oh, RJ City said you purposefully ignored my question so you could plug Roadhouse.
Oh, RJ.
This shows you just how many comments we're getting. I know you have this problem on your show, Coffee on Your Underwear. We didn't see the first question. If you please submit it again. Now that I can see your little avatar that makes me think you're small.
Yeah.
We'll answer the question.
RJ, for the end of the show, I'll wear the underwear that I was going to wear on the podcast.
Really? You're going to do that?
I'll put on my my SpongeBob
and I'll take
underwear
off my jacket so everyone can fully see my boobs.
Okay.
In a tank top.
In a tank top.
This is appropriate for YouTube. Please don't get us canceled off the internet. It's all we have.
Yes. Sorry, RJ. So sorry about that. Let's see, just a couple.
It was a question for Helen, and she isn't fucking here
anymore. You know
what though? We can make anything happen. Oh, Helen, would you come back and answer RJ City's question that Marty's going to keep watching?
I will keep watching here.
Yes, RJ, I remember you. Oh shit!
No, that's not RJ. I mean Helen. Hold on one second.
I was doing my impression of an old lady.
Kyle,
I was just joking.
Well, go get Miss Helen real quick.
What the hell is going on? This whole thing's going to shit.
All right, Helen, RJ City has a question for you. RJ, be nice to Kyle. Hold on one second. I guess we'll say, man, okay, Dave, we know you don't like Kyle.
The stream's gone down by 400 people.
No.
I'm waiting on you, RJ. I better get your question or I'm going to start spilling secrets.
Yeah. Hi, Helen. What was the best hammerlock you've ever been put in?
Oh, let me tell you something. Andre the Giant locked me right up. And I said, I promise you the best life on the planet. It's just some of it's going to happen in heaven.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
I love you, RJ. Hey, 2021's going to be really wild for you.
Oh, there you go. Somebody mentioned, I forgot who it was. Kevin. I love Patrick Swayze smoking cigarettes and doing yoga. Patrick Swayze smokes 8,000 cigarettes in Roadhouse.
He seems like he stinks.
This was the question I asked Sarah. If a real hot dude brings you to a barn to have sex with, and he's gonna just lift you up and bang you this way, how bad do you think he had cigarette breath in that question?
I say yes, because I didn't see him having a sink or a toothbrush.
RJ also says, I've legit banged Helen before.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for answering. We know, bud. You're just bragging right now. You're just putting your sex life on Front Street. Your sexual conquest. So let's see what else we've got going on here.
Yeah, you got to stop talking about Roadhouse because
you're
going to give away all the secrets.
Speaking of movies, one of the most famous
yes.
documentarians of all.
I asked if I could do this interview. Marty and I kind of almost had one of our very few arguments that we've had of who could interview. It's going to be my interview. Ladies and gentlemen, Verner Herzog.
Hello, Marty. Hello, Sarah. It is trying times indeed, but here we are on the YouTube.
Oh, Verner, it's so amazing, this technology that we have to project you here from your house. Social distance for the win.
It is. I am in my chateau.
Well, are you cooking up any movie ideas? I know I've been writing a little bit more than normal. I think a lot of people have been, sort of working on their creative pursuits. What do you got in the slow cooker, Verns?
I want to do a documentary on the history of the Bullet Club.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
I would like to see that. Where would you start?
You have to start with the beginning. Fergal Devitt.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he's a wonderful man. Many of you know him now as Finn Balor.
Yes.
But before he was Finn, he was the Prince.
I have a question for you from Brianna.
Yes, fire away, Brianna.
And Brianna's having a very fun date night tonight.
Brianna.
Hello.
I love Brianna.
How is your experience teaching for masterclass? And can I follow up with,
yes,
are your virtual classes going up and up and up and away in registrations right now?
I got 20 high school classes added to my master class.
Wow.
I'm basically teaching a drama class for a bunch of different high schools. I love masterclass. They get mad I shoehorn in too many wrestling analogies.
Oh, yeah, you like WrestleManias all over the world.
I go, I love the WrestleManias. And they go, how did they build up the story in Chinatown? I go, never mind. Let's talk about how they built up the story between Shawn Michaels and Bret the Hitman Hart.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I was reading the comments and I missed the last thing you said,
Verner.
I should be living in the moment.
No, we're all trying to figure this YouTube thing out. Is Sarah doing a good job? Let her know in the comments.
Okay. Wow.
Have you guys maybe watched, I don't know, The Mandalorian season 1 on Disney Plus?
I have a question, or I have an answer for James.
Yes.
Marty and Sarah bought the CNN holograms from the 2012 election.
Yes.
That's so funny to me that I've just been thinking about that's what we did. So thank you.
I know my friend Anderson Cooper. I got a deal.
Thanks everyone saying that we're doing awesome. This is so fun to do again because we hadn't done these. This was kind of a fun way that we could get to hang out after the podcast. Me and Marty, Verner, and before you got here.
Normally you guys would do it on Facebook, but now that's for boomers. So we're over on YouTube where the Zoomers hang out.
We were so nervous that this was going to start without us.
Yes.
But
boomers, I hate my wife. Millennials, I hate my life. Zoomers.
Yes, good meme.
That is a meme.
I would like to say hello to Jessamine Duke who joined.
Oh,
what a
wow.
fun hangout for us.
We've got contracted talent on the show now. This is a big deal.
Better behave. Hey, what do you look like wearing the Bass Pro Shops hat?
There you go.
All these guys,
Grizzly Bear.
They age.
Yes.
When you put that hat on, but not Marty. He somehow looks even younger.
Yes, I guess so.
Did you watch Anderson Cooper when he was on Channel 1, Verner? Dave Swick wants to know.
Of course I did. He was a young man. I was watching his career from the start, and he, much like Serena Altschul from MTV, was on Channel 1. I'm a big fan of Serena Altschul. Myself and Marty had a massive crush on her back in the day.
Hey, when did you meet Marty DeRosa?
I met Marty when he was in high school. I was going to do a documentary on backyard wrestling in Indiana.
And then, that would make sense that you would feature Marty's crew. What can you tell me about their story and where would you have taken the documentary had you done their story?
They were called Tri-Town Championship Wrestling. Marty lived in what's called the region in Indiana.
They have great burgers there.
They have great burgers there. They smash them down very, very thin.
And oily.
And oily. Oh, okay. And anyway, we were going to do a story about this little backyard fed that became, still little, but the boys sure had a lot of fun. Oh,
I would love to see that documentary. And maybe now that you've got the time, you can really You can really put the time in.
Yes. So if anybody has any documentary ideas.
I think Marty's trying to cosplay as Tinker from Roadhouse.
Which one was Tinker?
Is that Tillman? Tilmer?
It might be one of the bouncers.
I think it was the guy that the hottie guy.
John Rattray is on. He's a former TCW legend.
Wow, Jessamine Duke and John Rattray in the same chat.
Matty and John are going to talk about TCW. I have got to go.
Okay, bye, Werner.
There goes Werner.
John, your friend Marty and Sarah. We were talking about your wedding earlier.
John Rattray, who joined the chat, one of the best backyard wrestlers of all time. This guy's so hardcore that he got a concussion wrestling earlier in the afternoon and then went to a wedding that night and vomited all over the wedding, if I'm correct. He took a chair shot to the head. That was brutal. We had a ring in our friend's backyard. You know him as Josh Matthews, our friend Josh Lomberger. It was in their backyard. Somehow their parents, first it was in my dad's warehouse. He moved warehouses. And he had
so you were onto like these empty warehouse arenas years ago. Long
before anybody did an empty warehouse match. We did it at TCW. And I got to get those clips. And we had a huge, we had a small backyard fed. Everybody had 2 characters. John, what was your other character? Oh, Brimstone. John got this. And then Chad's here. Chad was in it too. Chad was Atrocious, John's manager. Atrocious was his name. He wore this blonde wig.
This is more than just a live stream. Yeah. It's a boys group chat.
We had free reign of my dad's warehouse. The only bummer was they shut off the plumbing. So if you pooped, it was we were originally, Matt asked, would you trampoline wrestle again? We used to wrestle on the trampoline. Then we bought a ring. We bought a ring from Ted Allen, the Nightmare, who trained Arn Anderson. I had no idea he trained Arn Anderson. He drove from Alabama to Indiana, took all of our money, totally ripped us off, but we loved it anyway. And we had a ring. It was amazing.
Every backyard fed had a dude named Brimstone, says Tom.
Yes, he did. But our Brimstone Tom had a camouflage cane mask. So that was John's alternate character, but he was Cedric Starr. He always wore black and orange. He looked so cool. My main character was Tommy Jobber. I was like every ECW guy mushed into one. And my alternate character was El Postimo. I wore a psychosis mask and a mailman outfit. And I was the luchador mailman. That's fun. Were you a face? No. Well, no, I was usually a heel. I was usually a heel. I think we all thought we were Stone Cold. We all either thought we were Stone Cold or Taz. Okay. So listen, if you're not a fan of these guys who are going to come up next, go get a sandwich. This is your bathroom break for a match you don't want to watch. Yeah. Because we actually need to take our break ourselves and just kind of check in on the cats, make sure that we have all of our equipment for the rest of the show. So we're going to hand it over to Nathan from Nathan's Wrestling Review and his co-host, Gerber. Oh, boy. Hey, everybody, it's me, Nathan, from Nathan's Wrestling Review. Can't wait to see all the reactions. Well, I'm here because I didn't have anything to do tonight. Now, Gerbs, I told we only have a very limited amount of time because they don't want the people to sign off. At least we're not on Facebook and you can't see all the angry faces coming out. It's me, Nathan. I'm the most polarizing man in professional wrestling, along with my main man, Gerbs. Yeah, it's me. Everybody's really mad. We're getting a lot of really mad comments about this. Oh, if you don't like it, baby, that's called heat. Check out the documentary Memphis Heat if you got some time to kill, and I think you do. I think you do, and I think you do. What's that song? I think you do. 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 I don't know. Maybe something by Toby Keith. Let's never figure it out. Everybody, thank you so much for listening to my. All I want to do is have Cheryl Crow. Have some fun. I got a feeling I'm not the only one. Oh, wow, Gerbs. So anyway, it's me, Nathan, from Nathan's Wrestling Review. Pretty much the best wrestling reporter on the planet. Kevin Kellum, nice try. Hey, I see you. Somebody said Gerber looks like a McDonald's chicken nugget. Wow. Well, that really hurts my feelings because I don't think I look like a chicken nugget. And maybe I look like a burnt chicken nugget, but I still love myself. Hey, there you go, Gerbs. That's what it's all about, loving yourself. Get used to this face because I'm going to do a whole lot more on this podcast now that I have been pretty much put on the disabled list. My Staples has been closed due to the coronavirus, so I'm going to be very available.
Scott wants to know if I've introduced Nathan to Salty, the singing songbook.
I have no idea who you're talking about. I thought you misspelled Patty. I thought that's that pervert lady who writes stuff about wrestlers.
I like her fan fiction about Salty, the singing songbook.
Sandy Patty unfortunately has the coronavirus. Get well soon, Sandy Patty.
Get well soon. Maybe we could sing another song together.
You and I?
No, me and Sandy Patty. But if you wanted to try, we could maybe sing something.
What would you like to sing?
And I don't give a damn if you don't like me, because I don't like you, because you're not like me. And I don't give a damn if you don't like me, because I don't like you, because you're not like me.
All right, everybody. That's been me and Gerbs. We'll be back. Thank you so much for checking us out.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay. That was...
if you're still here, I know our viewership dropped a little bit.
It did?
Thank you for being here and letting us kind of have our own break. It is hard running a household and a live television show. This is a television show, like it or not. We're directing it and running it from here. Marty's vaping. It's all happening here in the hub.
So, Sarah, other things going on. We're going to have our... Is WrestleMania 2 weeks away or 1 week away?
WrestleMania would be about 2 weeks away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we haven't done our tribute to WrestleMania, but on this week's episode, and a lot of times when we do Sarah's Old School Wrestling Corner, people want to know what we're going to talk about. So check out the Goldust and Roddy Piper Backlot Brawl.
We just watched it today. It's really fun to have these mornings where you literally do have all the time in the world to do the things.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, in the evenings, it's like you have an allotted amount of time after work and then you have to go to bed. I feel like now it's just like, watch the whole 24-minute video. Live it up. This is the time.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen that match, check it out. It was, as Sarah said, the best of times, the worst of times. That's the little cliffhanger for that match. What did you think of Old School Goldust?
It's always a twist around in my brain because I like to pretend that he's being woke, but I know that he's not. But I wonder about what would count as like kind of a cool like heel thing, and then what's like, no, that's outdated. Like it's like doing math when I watch it.
Our buddy Philip said I was exposed to Colby. First of all, let's not say exposed. Philip, don't say exposed. I was exposed.
Hey, I'll be honest, you had him in the first half.
There you go. I was exposed to Colby the Christian Robot for the first time this week. Wonder if that could be a new friend for Gerber.
Honestly, all those guys in the cartoon Christian shows could all be interchangeable with each other. I felt like McGee and Me, that McGee guy, Gerbert, a lot of the Veggie Tales, Salty the Singing Songbook, Colby, the Donut Man. They all have this kind of like, well, I don't know what's right. That was a very bad Gerbert impression, but like you get the idea. All these guys would probably be real fun on an island together. Marty's cracked open another White Claw. Don't hide it. Show the people what you're doing. They want to know about our lives. Show them and tell them what you're having.
Mango White Claw. My favorite White Claw.
And I'm going to take a little break. I think I'm going to refresh my, what am I having?
No, that's not possible. Because it's not possible for you to do anything.
Yeah, I'm going to not do anything. I'm just going to actually go.
Wait, are you feeling okay? Are you feeling okay? Oh, no, Sarah's not feeling good. Hey, it's Brad the Alien, everybody. Hey, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
You gotta meet me at my level.
Yeah.
You gotta be a little quieter.
Oh, okay. You okay?
No, I just can't. Yeah, I can't match your tone.
I understand.
I'm quiet.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah. On my planet, we're just having normal everything.
Business as usual?
Yep, we're going to malls.
How's your little curly doing? Your little curly?
Oh, just hanging around.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just a curly boy.
There's a lot of people who are saying they miss Brad.
Yeah, I just been on my planet, and they're not letting people really do much travel between, so I'm keeping it a secret that I'm still in Sarah's tum-tum.
Hey, Ryan Mears said Brad is rad.
Yeah, thanks.
Ryan
Mears is fearsing nothing.
Yes, people are saying Brad on every episode. They love you.
Thank you for saying that, because a lot of times I only hear when people think it's gross that I'm there and that they don't like the voice.
Hey, someone asked, where's Aunt Ruth?
Oh, Oh my golly. Remember that we have to order a hologram tank for Aunt Ruth
Oh,
so
okay.
that she too can be on the show and sell her awareness pins, which frankly nobody's buying.
No one is buying them all. WrestleZone's Kevin Kellum asked, how does Brad feel about King Corbin's current spot in the WWE?
I was so proud of him for really holding his own with those two guys from wherever
The football guys, Mojo and Gronk?
Yeah, he really held his own, and it can be easy to feel bullied by those guys, but he really stood there proud in his cloak and crown.
Yes.
And I think he impressed a lot of
Absolutely.
people.
We had another buddy asking about the okay. Brad's having
X-fucking-finity.
Okay, Brad, listen, you got to get back in Sarah. She's convulsing right now. You got to go. You got to go. Okay.
Oh, no. What happened?
Here, you might have. Here's a fun thing on the podcast. Hey, why don't you have a sip of this? Watch Sarah, who loves alcohol. Do you hate it?
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
I wish I liked it. It seems like something I would like, but
how familiar were you with Rob Gronkowski going into this?
not well. I saw him at Mania 33.
Yeah.
And I wasn't familiar with who he was then.
Okay.
So that's
You
where we're
legit,
at.
like that security guard, Barbara, thought he was just a fan jumping the guardrail.
That's where I felt that me and Barbara really bonded together.
Yes.
She and I are just trying to protect the business as best as we can.
Yes. That was just a wild, that dance he did. What? I don't quite know.
You know what though? He was so confident.
Yeah.
Like I think I would be a little intimidating coming out to nobody in a giant arena, but you know what?
Yeah.
You gotta have fun.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. John, if you're Rattray, if you're still listening,
Hey, Rattray.
let me know.
Hey, are you still listening, John?
Let me know if you knew that Rob Gronkowski signed with the WWE and is going to do a match eventually. Kevin, is he going to do a match eventually? Okay.
I like that Marty's really facilitating the live chat so
I
that
am.
the right people are getting in touch with the people who have
I
their
like it. I like it.
information.
I guess it's going to be him and here's what I think is going to happen. It's going to be Mojo and Corbin against Gronk and Elias. Am I wrong
Yeah,
there?
because Elias got involved. So
Am
that
I
would
wrong
make
there?
sense.
And boy, oh boy, is that going to be. If you thought that Kenny Omega and Hangman Page versus the Young Bucks was the best tag team match of all time, wait till you see that. Yes, he's going to wrestle once or twice in the next year. I wouldn't be surprised if he did good. We'll see. I don't know how much of a wrestling fan he is. We'll see. I don't know if he could beat.
Ryan says you should run every Zoom meeting. And as someone who's on so
Well,
many Zoom
thank
meetings.
you, Ryan.
So this is a fun thing since I've been working from home and Marty's got to be home because we are sheltering in. Marty gets to show up and hang out with my coworkers and I sometimes. And they know him. They know his fun with vapes. They know his Bass Pro Shop hats. This is a guy that's keeping the company's morale boosted the way that, a pet would.
It's called a cannonball where you take a hit and then a drink and then blow out the smoke.
High school Marty's back, John. Embrace it. He's here.
All right. So yeah, Gronk. I don't know. It could be good. Maybe I have to show Sarah Lawrence Taylor against Bam Bam Bigelow, which I think is the greatest football player versus wrestler match of all time.
Ooh, I would love. You know what I like when
What?
sports players are good at being on Saturday Night Live, and it's similar when they're good at being part of wrestling.
Yes. Jocelyn mentioned that we should review the GCW Acid Tournament.
Thank you for the repeat comment. Again, stuff's flying by.
Yes.
We're missing stuff. If we don't read it, it's not because we didn't want it.
Loves Gerbert and has his pin.
Oh, thanks, Jocelyn.
Here's the thing with GCW with Sarah.
Marty is getting wild.
Yes, with Sarah and GCW, a lot of the matches she'll watch. She's into it. She enjoys.
If I have to commentate a
Yeah.
death match, I can do it.
She enjoys Joey Janela's commentary. What did he say the other day? Tookus
He
that you
said
loved?
Tookus. I laughed
Sarah
so hard.
loved it.
Because
She
I
loved it.
I didn't know at the time. It was just on in the background.
Yes.
I thought it was just some random indie commentator. And I'm like, who's bringing Tookus
Yeah.
back? And is that something all commentators can start saying?
When they start doing death matches, that's where Sarah.
It's just I get the fear outweighs the fun
Yes.
sometimes. So
But
we don't watch a ton, but you watch and then tell me about it.
we will definitely talk about it. I think Matthew Justice is my favorite indie wrestler. He's so fun. Drugs is in the house. Drugs
Hey,
Delaney's in the
Drugs
house.
Delaney, thanks for being here, bud.
Drugs Delaney, a podcast legend. He's been name dropped on every podcast out
Drugs
there.
Delaney,
You know it.
it.
So Dave was going to go to his first GCW show in May, probably not now. May, you never know. Shows still could happen in May. let me see this real quick. Brandon says Lawrence Taylor once told Andrew, for the Mat Men, okay, that Bam Bam was the best athlete he ever saw. Listen, that was an amazing match. That was that WrestleMania 11, if I'm correct? Maybe. Yes, I believe so.
I think it is. We've talked about this a couple times today.
Anyway, it was so good. I loved it. It was very cool. Joey Janela must love Boy Meets World. I don't know if I've told people this story. I say it sometimes at like live shows. We did a WrestleMania, a WrestleCon brunch with WrestleMania legends. And we specifically, Colt and I always get paired together at those. And
if you sit at a table with Colt, you get the bonus of Marty.
And Michael Paciccio, who runs High Spots, and shout out to everybody who was cool about High Spots. They got everybody their money back whose card wasn't declined or canceled or anything like that. So shout out to High Spots. There was 2 guys who returned all that money. Huge effort. And in these days, if you need shoot interviews, highspots.com, the High Spots network it's a must. I've watched the territories, the guest booker. I watched so many of those.
We're supposed to be on an upcoming High Spots episode.
Yeah.
And we tell the whole story of how we got together.
Ethan's Egos Amigos.
If you want to see this episode, tweet at High Spots.
Tom Green.
But be nice about it. I just think that eventually when that comes out, you guys are really going to like it if you have High Spots subscription. So, it was so fun to film.
Tom Green mentioned that the WrestleMania 2, this is insane. This could never happen now. WrestleMania 2, which emanated from 3 different locations, New York, Chicago, and LA. In Chicago, we got this battle royal that Andre ended up winning. And I believe that was where Andre was wearing all yellow. Beautiful look. And Brett wore a singlet outside of his, very weird.
Yes, that was
He wore it over his long tights. Very
Quail
weird.
Man ass.
But, and we'll talk about Brett. Remember Brett. And the best friends talk about Brett. So there was a battle royal, and it was full of untrained, like you said, Tom, untrained NFL players. It was wild. And these guys were like getting dumped out of the ring by wrestlers. Like no wrestler would ever be able to do this now. Like almost like 15 years ago, maybe almost 20. Brian Urlacher was in Impact for one episode, and he lifted a dude and threw him. I think it was Johnny Fairplay, and threw him out of the ring. And the Bears were like, what the fuck did you do? Like, just because he threw a guy out of the ring, they were going to kill him. So this is wild.
Biff said, I ate my first edible tonight, and I'm watching this. I'm having the best time.
Biff!
Shout out to Biff.
Biff, this is going to be my treat later. Okay.
It's legal here in Illinois. Please don't think that he's being irresponsible in any way. I know there are some kids watching. Be good, wash your hands, stay inside, and make school fun during the day.
Steve asked if I watch High Spots on Roku. I do. I've had no problems with, knock on wood, I've had no problems with their stuff on my Roku.
We do have, I recently upgraded the internet to a faster speed because it was that when you were like doing phones and the stuff, the streams would get a little more messed up. But also I feel like a lot of, make sure you update your Roku regularly. You can do that from the settings tab.
One of the things I hate is when someone's like, I have a problem with that. And I'm like, and people are like, not me. I'm like, but I understand.
Yeah, but it does help sometimes to check those settings and make sure everything's up to date because I know that's solved a problem with streaming in the past.
Scott Kingslover, Impact also had a White Sox player. Was that AJ Przinsky? I can't believe I remember that name. He was like a real a-hole, I think. AJ Przinsky. He did something with Impact as well.
You do have an encyclopedic memory.
What did you ask me the other day? Oh, the doink, the battle. Your coworker asked.
Where he goes, I was a kid and I saw this and I can never find the footage of it, but I saw a wrestling show where there was Doink the Clown, but also like 4 other Doink the Clowns. And I just called to you from the other room and you knew exactly what show and what year it was. Yeah. It was like kind of Rain Man-ish.
Wow.
Which was one of my favorite movie I used to tell people in middle school.
I'm sure there's lots of people out here who could have answered that question. I remember at WrestleCon, which, unfortunately we're not going to have this year, I would do trivia contests there and I would have people come up and we would go back and forth saying like the main events of WrestleManias and whoever lost first. That was like my way to break up tiebreakers. And it was this one guy, one time he won. And not only did he say what the main event was, he said where the building was, the city it was at, and the name of the arena. It was pretty wild.
Do you want to get another buddy?
I want to get somebody in here. Let's see who's Who's popping off?
So what we do is we have a phone. Would you show them the phone, Bud, where we're taking in the requests to be on the. So when they want a hologram through one of our putties, they dial into this phone. And then we actually have DJ operating the phone, and Marty's taking over for a second.
Hello?
So we're going to find out who's on the line.
Oh, yes. I'm
and
so sorry.
Who would like to project in. Who do we got, Marty?
All right, please send them up. I'll be right back.
Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Todd Chrisley. It's been so long. How are you?
Oh, just hating life right now.
Oh, I know.
I was going to get a little collagen right here and right here and definitely right here.
You look great, though. You don't need any collagen.
Thanks
Here, come forward and match my energy. There you go.
Thanks for not dressing up, Sarah.
Hey, I am an athleisure babe, and I've seen you. You wear so many athleisure hoodies that I don't think you're one to talk, Mr. Chris.
You look like you fell in the athletic wear aisle at TJ Maxx and got all caught up in a bunch of outfits.
Okay, well, Ryan Mears says, oh, no, I left USA on for too long.
Ryan, 'tis I, the star of USA's Chrisley Knows Best, which it can now also be seen on the E! Channel.
Hey, shouldn't you be happy that you have to stay inside hiding all day?
Oh,
Because you were in some legal trouble last I heard from you.
First of all, these courts can stay home all you want so I don't get no trouble. Yeah, Sarah, I'm having a blast staying at home with my wife.
Scott says Todd's most at danger for finally having people see his gray hair if you can't go out and get your dye.
Listen, Sarah, my roots are showing.
Uh-huh.
These wrinkle dinkles are showing that I want to get rid of.
Wrinkle dinkles.
And my wife is just all up my nutsack.
Yeah, what about your mom?
Mama.
How is that working out where you and your mom are living in the same house?
Mama's doing just fine. Don't worry about her.
Are you keeping social distance from your mother and wife?
I tell my wife, I said, the CDC says we must stay 10 feet apart. I'm so sorry. I'd love to sleep in the same bed with you, but I guess I'll just be in my bedroom.
Well, I think that sounds good to me.
You know.
People are complimenting my athleisure look. Thank you, Jocelyn and Jim. It's really like when you don't see people for days, you miss out on some of those little compliments that you might get at work.
I guess.
Okay, Todd, nice hoodie. Doesn't that feel good?
I mean, well, I don't know if you call this a hoodie per se. This is a 1 of 100 Champion sweatshirt that I got at a special.
You know, Champion used to be kind of like the budget priced sweat clothes. We used to have a lot of them.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Oh, rude. I walked right into that.
Anyway, I'm just hot and 40 trying to figure it out.
You're not 40.
In this corona.
Are you 40?
What's that?
I forget. Are you 40?
I'm in my 40s-ish, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. You're 40, huh?
Hey, where's that coffee guy wrestler in his underwear?
Oh, RJ City or Cesaro?
I'll take both of them. Which is the one with the hair?
RJ City most certainly has the hair.
I like that.
Yeah. I don't know if he's still on though, because a lot of people have, they're jumping in and out. You can't.
Hey, RJ.
Ted, don't call
RJ.
on people like this is a virtual high school
RJ,
class.
if you want to hang out with a real celebrity, why don't you drop David Arquette and step up to the big leagues with Todd Chrisley? You know what I mean?
Oh, no, do that again. You do some comedy.
Hey, y'all. If you ever tried to flirt with a wrestler in his underwear, you might be Todd Chrisley.
Oh, thanks, Todd. You really cheered me up. And when you got here, I didn't think you would. And it just goes to show, don't expect the unexpected or expect the unexpected.
There you go. Show, don't tell.
Yes.
That's what they say in the screenwriting books.
They sure do. And save the cat.
Yes.
Which I would do right now, but Peter's asleep like a little bread loaf on the floor.
All right. Well, there you go, y'all.
Bye, Todd.
Somebody just asked if the feed is getting fuzzy. Please let me know if the feed's getting fuzzy. I hope it's not.
Hey, it can get a lot fuzzier when I go in and get DJ Smoochenstein. In the mean smooching time, I think we're down to our last few buddies that we're going to have on the show.
Yeah, we're getting there. We've hit the hour mark, so legally
we can't overstay our welcome. But I have some a lovely woman who's going to give you some words of kindness. Oh, hello, everybody.
Mrs. B, how are you?
Oh, I'm just doing wonderful. I've been getting so much time for bacon that I didn't have before.
Now, are you in Ireland or are you staying with Finn in Florida?
Well, so I'm in Ireland and I'm staying put and he's staying put in Florida, but we're doing this kind of FaceTiming thing. I've been, we cook together. We set up our phones
on
the kitchen counter.
I absolutely love that.
And it's just like that show that they had Braun Strowman on before everyone got mad at him.
Oh, Bon Appetit.
and we just cook together. I tell them what ingredients to
Yeah.
get, and I make sure we have them. And you know what? I've also been helping them be a bit more resourceful in the kitchen, a bit more like, hey, if you don't have oil, maybe you can use butter.
Sarah makes pasta primavera now.
Oh, I'm so proud of her for really not being so scared about following the rules perfect on a recipe. It turns out the best thing to do is what tastes the best to you.
Sarah is such a good cook. You'd be so proud of her.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Marty. You've been doing well. You had some depression times, but you've really been pulling through. And I think lots of people are in the same boat. Do you have any tips for them?
If you're depressed, just some days you're not going to be able to do a whole bunch of stuff, and that's okay. If I lay in bed all day, you know who's nice to me? Sarah. And she doesn't. She talks me out of feeling guilty about it or whatever. So if you need a little social distancing, even when all this Corona stuff is over, feel free to do so.
Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. Do whatever's right for you. Take care of yourself first, because that's the only way you can take care of the other people.
Hey, Mrs. B, what does Jerry Springer say?
Oh, neuter your cats and dogs. Take care of yourself and each other.
There you go.
Well, I'm going to take care of you by going and making some more biscuits.
Yeah.
And we'll see you when we see you. Love you, everybody. Sorry I didn't take any questions. Neither
No worries. No worries. Somebody just wrote, Marty, I'm stuck home with 2 teens. I need advice on self-care. Every once in a while, if you can just, Wheeler Yuta, thanks for the Wrestling with Depression shout out. If you need to, just take care of yourself. Do things that are nice to yourself. Shower, cut your nails, make your bed, do those little things. It'll help.
It's kind of fun to look nice even when you're not going anywhere. I sort of leaned into that where I'll put on a little makeup, not even if I don't have a virtual meeting.
So Jesse asked, question, what was the first thing spoiled for you? Movie, pop culture, wrestling. I can't think of the first thing, but I'm going to tell a story about a fun thing that was spoiled for me. Years ago, a buddy of mine, he'll remain nameless, said, hey, we're going to go to the Exotic Expo at the Rosemont Convention Center. I think it was the Rosemont Convention Center. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, okay. And this guy is a podcaster. So I thought he was going to interview somebody. And he goes, no, I just wanted to walk around. So we went to the porn convention and just were walking around and just it was the afternoon. So I think all the big porn stars, I don't know why I was doing big porn. All the big talent was probably coming
all the names
at night when it started popping up. And we both had shows that night. So we were just going to go and just check it out during the day. And it was a little sad. It was fine. But we're walking around. And then there was Comic-Con or WrestleCon, there were panel rooms. And we went into one, and there was a porn producer, and he was answering questions, and it was kind of fascinating. And this one guy who was a real hot dude raised his hand, and he's like, how do I get in the porn business? And they were like, well, blah, blah, blah. And nobody wanted to answer questions after that. And my buddy and I were like, put this guy in porn. He's hot. We were just being goofballs. And then everybody wasn't answering questions. So I said, all right, I'm going to ask a question. And I raised my hand, and I said, hey, those backroom casting couch, do those people ever get mad or try to sue or anything? And he goes, what are you, stupid? Those are fake. And I was like, oh no.
Remember when you thought that the hanging meats in Mariano's were real?
Oh yeah. We have a grocery store here in Chicago that had, and I'm sure a lot of people do in their meat department, where they have sausages and stuff hanging from the ceiling and cheese, wheels of cheese.
So much that they would never go through it at a normal grocery time.
I thought they were real.
And I was gently trying to explain to you that they'd expire and stink. And
Michael Bros. That was a porn one moment.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss to that one.
Wonderful.
A porn one moment.
Bon appetit.
That was so good.
Hey, a run-in from the one and only Mox.
Hey, AEW champion, Mox.
Oh, nice. Okay,
that was my old name. Never again. What's up? Look at all this hair I used to have. Wow.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Ah, man.
Boy, when we made this about 4 years ago. Actually, yeah, it was probably about 4 years ago. I've known you for a little while.
I'm here to say happy anniversary. You guys have been podcasting for 4 years. The longest relationship Marty's ever had in his entire life with somebody whose last name wasn't DeRosa. Congratulations.
Wow. Hey, and what about you and Renee seem to be doing really well? Fun content.
Hey, I go every once in a while, I go to Renee, I go, hey, you think Becky and Seth are having this much fun?
Oh, Mox. Hey, what do you think about all the pyro they still got to use at AEW last night?
Let me tell you what, I was behind the camera doing pyro, and I was having a fucking blast. No pun intended.
Oh, because you probably got to help out. They were maybe shortest couple staffers.
I took Tony Khan's dad's Lamborghini to Taco Bell. Said, sorry, Shad, I'm taking this to Taco Bell.
What was your Taco Bell order?
Hey, hold on.
Looks good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you look like that guy from Roadhouse that I love.
What are you asking now?
What's your Taco Bell go-to order? What's your order?
3 tacos, 3 hard shell tacos, and then I get Arctic Blast, and some cinnamon crisps.
Is it an Arctic Blast or a Baja Blast?
Baja Blast, sorry.
Did you mess that up, Mox?
Hey, I've had 20 concussions. How many have you had?
Wow.
Anyway.
Okay, unbelievable.
Anyway, but sometimes I go to Taco Bell and I said, there's been a paradigm shift. I'm getting the meal with the Mexican pizza.
Oh, Elena noticed your kind eyes, Mox, and she's right. You really seem happy nowadays.
I'm having a good time.
Mox,
Matt Hardy's here now. We're having a good time.
Brandon wants to know, are you just doing donuts in the Jaguar Stadium parking lot to pass the time?
Yeah, I brought I linked it up to my phone. I played a lot of AC/DC Back in Black, and just fucking ripping donuts in the parking lot. And I'm also vaping in the car too. So
I would have thought you'd be doing whippets for some reason.
Catch me at home sometime, and I'll be doing whippets.
Yeah, catch you outside.
Yeah,
but safely from everybody.
Yes.
Well, thanks so much for being here. Do you
good to be here?
Are you vaping right now?
No. Ask me another question, Sarah.
Okay, well, let's protect the business a little bit. Hey, Mox, what's the coolest thing about AEW?
What? Hanging out.
I hope someone got a screen grab of that.
Hanging out with my boy TK, Tony Khan. He's a little sheltered. I'm trying to get him out of his shell a little bit. I think him and I are going to do a sort of a buddy road trip type movie.
I would love to help with that.
Yeah, we're going to take his dad's car, and I'm going to drive coast to coast and really turn him into a man.
I love that. I would love to see it.
Yeah.
Any intel on who the romantic lead is slated to be in this movie? If you're playing you and Tony Khan's playing Tony Khan, who is your choice?
I will not be the character that has a love story.
No. It's Tony Khan.
Yeah.
I know that. So who are you thinking of casting to play her? Wrestler or actual actress? One of each, please. Now that you've put yourself in this position. Okay. We're gonna do Quinn from Ring of Honor, the Ring of Honor ring announcer. Quinn McKay. Yeah, Quinn McKay. Okay. She's up Tony's alley. Okay. And if we're gonna do actress, I feel like he needs. Let's see. Let's go with maybe a Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a lot of fun. She kind of show him the ropes. There you go. Show you the ropes. Show you the ropes. There you go. There you go. Shout out to Steamworks the musical. Nobody's seeing shows anymore right now. But I gotta remember them. I gotta get out of here and buy some more camo pants and cut some sleeves off some jean jackets. Goodbye, Mox. Thanks for being here. Thank you to those of you wishing us congratulations on 4 years. We did hit that 4-year podcast anniversary. Our baby. This is our tiny son, Kurt. You know what? Let's do a without DJ family. Yes. This is where you can get your screenshot buttons ready. We're going to have the whole family together. And remember, if you feel that you'd like to rehome our little Kurt Angle, email us, martyandsarahlovewrestling@gmail.com. Subject line, Kurt Angle. Tell us why you deserve to have them. Take your screenshots now. There you go. This is Screamin' Pete. Thank you all so much for coming out. All right, so here's where we're going. Let's break down. It's too late. What do you mean it's too late? I just read the Observer. I want to talk. We're just closing out the show. No. Oh, Learning the Ropes available on YouTube. TV show starring Lalo Zato that aired after WCW wrestling. All right, I guess we have to go. Do you want to go and I'll just answer some questions or talk about wrestling? No. We gotta go. Listen. You're right. We gotta go. The trick is always leave them wanting more, but you can tell Marty is in the zone tonight. If you want to start emailing the podcast, if you want to reach out on Twitter, we'll be here hanging out, quarantine, staying safe. Really means a lot that you showed up and spent some time with us. Those of you leaving comments, thank you so much. Sorry if we missed yours. We love you guys so much for being here. New episode of Marty and Sarah Loves Wrestling. Marty and Sarah love wrestling. Marty and Sarah love wrestling. Botchamania.
Marty and Sarah love wrestling. This week, we're going to have a whole lot of fun stuff. If you got a kid, talk to them about wrestling, record it, send it to us.
Just email patreonbuddy@gmail.com if you want to be part of the kids episode. I will send you all the instructions that you need this week. And again, thank you so much for your support. It means a lot that we got to do a show for you tonight.
Any Dungeons and Dragons information, Marty and Sarah love wrestling @gmail.com. If you are a dungeon master, I need your help. I need to create a character and figure all this out. With that said, get used to this. We're going to be doing a whole lot more of these. Hope you liked it. Share this with your friends and all that good stuff. Watch wrestling. And let us know if we're missing something out there in these times. This is going to be a chance to watch some new stuff. A lot of the Japanese feds are starting up, so we'll watch a lot of that. And we'll keep on watching everything on IWTV. Speaking of IWTV, this one wrote a real fun song that I think you're going to hear real soon with Black Label Pro. Empty House, aka spoof of the Full House theme song. All right, we're gonna get out of here. For little boy Pete and Sarah, I've been Marty. Thanks, bud, so much. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.